Well, good afternoon, Michiganders. I am Ryan with Michigan Storm Chasers. Wanted to pop on here and give an update in regards to our upcoming weather pattern. We have a couple of things to talk about, starting with some potential for some storms tomorrow. And then also, we are talking and highlighting the potential for snow on Wednesday and Thursday. We're going to cover that here a bit more in depth. So, with that being said, welcome to the stream. Appreciate you guys watching. Let's go ahead and jump right into this. The main thing we're going to highlight first and foremost is potential for some thunderstorms today. However, we're not really concerned for anything severe wise. The SPC outlook does have the severe risk further to the south in Indiana, just barely missing out on Berrien County there in southwest Michigan. Just general storms tonight as the evening goes on. Might have some small hail in those storms, but overall, no severe weather is expected today. The main area we're kind of watching now, that's kind of developed in the past 12 to 24 hours, is tomorrow. Now, the SPC outlook was not really moved from last night or from yesterday to last night. We do have an update coming in 15 minutes, which is kind of why I'm hopping on here now to get an idea of what they're thinking now. We have some updated guidance, and what that guidance is showing is first and foremost looking at a couple of different products here. We're going to look at the 12Z HRRR model. We're going to compare it and show you guys the trend this has been going on the past couple of model runs. So we're going to switch over here to our surface instability overlapped with our wind shear. We're going to move this out to the Tuesday time frame. We're going to move it in right about here. We're going to click compare to previous runs. Now watch what happens. Hold on, it just completely nixed this out. I don't understand why I just did that. Let's try the NAM3 and do that again. What I'm trying to say here, I'll go ahead and just back this up manually. What I'm trying to say here is the past model runs of the HRRR model and all models really, pardon me or bear with me here as I pull this up. People are calling me left and right now. I don't understand why. Just bear with me here. All right, so this is what the model showed for Tuesday a couple days ago here. Right here, this is the one I want, right here. Notice how this coloration of this model is in far south Indiana, just barely sneaking in Indiana. It's in Kentucky, it's in Missouri, it's in Tennessee, okay? Now let's fast forward to the latest model, okay? Watch how far north this has moved into Indiana, Ohio, just south of the Michigan border. So while tornadoes and wind look to remain south of the border, what that has done, though, with that instability rising up, the north of that warm front, we also have upper level instability that's going to be present tomorrow afternoon. We're expecting to be present at least, which may drive some storms to produce large hail in southern Michigan. We look at our most unstable cape here on the latest 15Z rapid refresh model. We see a good surge of instability into southern and even central Michigan here. So any storms tomorrow afternoon and evening may carry a hail threat. We're just not sure how big at this point. Probably around quarter size. Not going to be anything significant to worry about. Not going to be a wind or tornado threat at this point. But given we have upper level instability in the atmosphere here, I think the potential needs to be highlighted for some large hail tomorrow afternoon and evening. So we'll have to watch that. I want to see what the SPC does here with the latest update. I have the website pulled up here to look at the latest update. Once it gets issued, it's due by 1:30, so 12 minutes. We'll keep an eye on that and give you guys an update on that in stream here. But other than that, that is what we're watching for tomorrow. Now, in terms of snow potential, we do have the potential on the backside of the system for accumulating snowfall. As this low pressure moves off to the east-northeast, it fills in behind it with snow. Here's the low pressure, moves across Michigan, kind of stalls, transitions, and we see all that snow there in the area for Wednesday and also for Thursday. So a great thing about this system is we were advertising back on Sunday about potential for snow. It's now, or sorry, Saturday. It's now Monday, and this system has trended west. So what does that mean for the majority of us here in Michigan? Snow showers are likely. Okay, that's going to be a pretty much guaranteed lock. Accumulating snowfall is shifting further and further west. Now, looking at the model here, this is the old model here. This came in on yesterday, basically yesterday morning. We see a good portion of accumulation here across southern Michigan. If we were to go back even further, that was shifted even further southwest, or sorry, southeast, encompassing the entire state of Michigan. So we were concerned about, 4 or 5 plus inches. Now watch what happens over the course of the past 5 to 6 model runs. Watch how far west this is shifting. Keeps inching closer and closer to Wisconsin. But with that being said, the UP, parts of northern Michigan, and perhaps even western Michigan will still likely get accumulations. What I mean by accumulations, probably 5 plus inches. If you're in the UP, we could be talking a foot plus. Other than that, the other portions of Michigan where the population is watching, like Detroit, Flint, Lansing, Jackson, those areas, probably going to be 1 to 3 total. Although I don't know how well it's going to stick because there's going to be regular snow showers, perhaps some lake effect snow showers on the backside of that Thursday. It's not expected to be as significant as what we thought here for the majority of population, which is great news. For me personally, I guess I can say it's great news. I want summer. I don't want winter to come back here. But if you are in northern lower up towards the Gaylord area, Alpena areas, and in the UP, all of the UP, and perhaps West Michigan as well needs to be on alert a little bit higher than East Michigan. But right now, that snow potential does look to stay inching to our west, and that is due because of the low pressure, which has slowed down, which is also allowing the south side of the system to develop further and be brought further to the north, which is why we're seeing that shift in severe weather up towards the Michigan border. So with that being said, that's all I got for you guys at this point. So takeaway from this, overnight storms in southern Michigan, definitely a possibility tonight. No severe risk is expected to happen tonight with those storms. Tomorrow, we'll be watching that profile of the atmosphere closely to see how close that warm front gets to us. Overall, tomorrow afternoon and evening, expect a hail risk, primarily hail. And if that warm front happens to lift further north, we'll be talking a little bit more about that later on tonight. Although I don't anticipate that happening. I think it's going to stay south of the border. But still, we'll have to watch that closely tomorrow afternoon, evening. And then also with snow potential for Wednesday and Thursday, we're just looking for UP and northern Michigan primarily for 4 or 5 plus inches. We'll have a forecast out for that probably tonight or tomorrow. But if you're in South Michigan, East Michigan, you have a little bit less concern, just a couple inches at most for you guys. But still snow regardless. It's April now, so April Fools. Just kidding. It's not April Fools. And then after this this pattern here this week, it trends a lot warmer starting next weekend. So we'll be in the 60s and 70s once again by start of next week. So with that being said, any questions for me, guys? Otherwise, we're just going to hang out here, wait for the new SPC Day 2 outlook, just to see if they're going to issue something for Michigan. I don't know if they will. Personally, I don't think they will. But we'll be here just in case they do. The current marginal risk, overall risk, actually, I'll go ahead and take a broader look here for the area. Your risk today is actually further south here in Illinois, Indiana. But tomorrow's risk, I do expect this to be shifted significantly north. I'm more so curious if they're going to put Michigan in a marginal for hail, which is my thought initially, but they may be waiting for more confidence just because models are just starting to pick up on the hail threat here for Michigan. My fan just died. Go figure. That's perfect timing. Do I have that charger with me? If you guys got questions, feel free to drop them in chat. I'm just going to hang out here and wait for the latest update from the SPC. It's due again in 7 minutes here at 1:30. Sometimes it'll be late or a little bit early. We'll have to keep an eye on that and just see what what time it's going to be issued here. I do have notifications on, so I will get notified as soon as it gets up or gets issued. So it's a nice day out there. Actually, it's 50 degrees, 51 here at my house, but it's feeling like it's closer to 60 with the sun, especially on pavement and stuff like that. So nice day out there. Get out and enjoy it. Nice and sunny. Bring on warm weather. I'm over the winter weather of any kind. Thumb area. Yes, I agree. I agree with you, Brent. It's gorgeous out right now. Yes, yes, it is. How does Wednesday evening look in Livonia? Club having an event. Wednesday evening. go ahead and take a peek at that. Here is your Wednesday evening. Looks to be a mix of rain and snow in the area of southern Michigan there. Yeah, Sanilac County, not expecting much at all. I'm gonna throw out here 1 to 3 general area of southern and east Michigan. Although honestly, I just at this point we have to wait just until we get the short-term models in range, get an idea, potential lake effect, stuff like that. But this system does not look to dump a lot of snow here in south and east Michigan in general. The accumulation is going to be further north and west in the UP, northern Michigan, and perhaps western Michigan could sneak into that, although that looks unlikely at this point. If that front went through towards us, just imagine. Talking about the warm front, Tina. Yeah, if we were in the warm sector tomorrow, we're talking a pretty big severe event, but looks to stay to our south. I don't anticipate that coming into Michigan at all. But if you guys do have family and friends in Indiana and Ohio, especially tomorrow, but also tonight as well. But tomorrow is a day to watch in terms of severe weather south of that warm front. So let those guys know, especially tomorrow. But wouldn't be a bad idea to text them, hey, heads up, we have potential severe weather coming in tomorrow. Just be on alert. Yada yada yada. Never hurts to text, get a heads up. Just waiting for the latest outlook here. It's due basically any minute, but it's due at 1:30. So depends on where you are at, Nancy. If you're in the UP or up by Gaylord, Alpena area, you may be getting significant accumulation of snow Wednesday into Thursday. But if you're further south towards like Detroit, Lansing, Flint, Thumb, Michigan, all the way through the border of Ohio, Indiana, it looks to be general 1 to 3. Although leaning more so at this point towards the lesser side of that. But I think we should wait just a bit longer for short-term models to get a hold of lake effect snow, and we'll have a better idea probably by tonight or tomorrow morning. But overall, the general accumulation looks to stay. Here's your map of it. Update that there. So if you're in this general area of Michigan here, from basically Mount Pleasant south, you just look to have about 1, maybe 2 inches there. Then further north in the UP, this model is spitting out over a foot of snow. I think it'll be right around probably 8 to 12 up there, if I had to guess. But this thing is shifting. If it continues to shift to the west, we'll have to adjust even further. Look how far west that shifted for those of you just joining. This is the run yesterday morning. I'm going to move it through about 4 or 5 different model runs between yesterday and now. And you're going to see this west shift. There's a shift. There's a shift. There's a shift. And there's a shift. It keeps on shifting further and further west into Wisconsin and the UP there. So what was looking like a all of Michigan type of snow event is shifting to the west, but it's also why we're talking about potential for some hail tomorrow with that severe weather being brought further north. Because as that low slows down, it has more time to lift that warm front to the north, which is also why we have that threat to the south tomorrow. I just got Radar Omega. That's awesome, Tina. Always love to see you guys take advantage of the technology available. Never hurts to have a radar app on your phone. Radar Omega is a great one. Radar Scope's another one. So Pontiac Lowell mounts, yeah, I wouldn't expect much at all for Pontiac. I'm just going to say right now, general 1 to 3, but wouldn't be shocked if it was, almost nothing, if just like a snow showers that didn't really accumulate much at all. Because on top of the main swath of snow going north, the soil temperatures here and also the air temperatures are not going to be really supportive of accumulating snowfall, period. So heavier snow showers may try to accumulate, but it's not going to, not going to be significant. Are we going live to track storms later on? Not here on MSC, but we do have chasers in the field across Illinois, Indiana, Ohio today. So we will be going live on our secondary account that covers those regions. So if you guys do follow that account, you can expect to watch us go live. If you want to tune in and watch out-of-state content, you are more than welcome to. What is the account name? That is called Great Lakes Storm Chasing Network. We'll likely go live again tomorrow to chase in Ohio and Indiana. It could be a pretty big day down there. We have multiple chasers from MSC planning to be down there. So probably we'll go live there again tomorrow. So busy stretch of weather here. Nothing yet issued by the Storm Prediction Center for tomorrow. We're waiting for this update here to see if they add Michigan into any sort of threat. I don't think they will, but they may do it later on at the evening update tonight or the tomorrow morning update. So we'll have to kind of watch that. And for those of you just tuning in, looking at potential for some hail threat here in south central Michigan tomorrow. I don't think it's a very high threat, but we're starting to get models starting to pick up on a little bit of elevated instability that could support some larger hail. Here's all this coloration here in south central Michigan. We have over 1,000 most unstable CAPE in the upper levels of the atmosphere with this. So that's kind of what we're watching. I don't think they're going to add Michigan to a marginal risk, but again, I wouldn't be shocked. Yeah, so the threat tomorrow, if this verifies what I'm showing you is the solution here, it would be a hail threat only. And that is because if we switch here to surface CAPE, so surface instability is needed to have rotating updrafts, tornadoes, damaging winds, stuff like that. So here is our surface instability tomorrow. As we can look at this closely, it's just south of the border here. This is your warm front. So north of that warm front is colder air. South of that warm front is warmer air. So that's why we see a bunch of surface instability down here for what could be a big severe weather day tomorrow in Indiana and Ohio. But north of that front, it's colder. It would support a hail threat, but no winds or tornadoes expected if this is a correct solution here. Hopefully no danger snow cones for us, but I'll take the storms. Tiasha, I do not know if they're going to be hail tomorrow. It's just a potential at this point. If there's going to be a severe threat for hail tomorrow, it's going to be afternoon, evening hours. So between, we'll say 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. for a rough time frame for you guys. Although Lake Odessa is also further north, I think the threat is highest the further south you go. So you're kind of in that middle range. We're still uncertain with the overall threat, how it's going to develop. But overall, I think you do have a threat. It's just a little bit lower up there, further north towards the Grand Rapids area. Would the warm front move quickly all of a sudden and we are under that risk? What do you think? So I'm thinking you're asking if that warm front could lift further north into Michigan. And the answer is it's possible, but I don't think that's going to happen. If it does happen, we'll have to watch the probably the 94 corridor closely because the environment to the south of that front is very, very juiced for not only wind and hail, but some tornadoes as well. But I don't think that's going to be a threat for us here in Michigan. But if it does start to trend that way, we will hop on here and tell you guys immediately. Trust us, we're watching. Is the update here yet? I have alerts on my phone. It'll hear it. I'll hear it. I'm not sure you guys will. But I got all this stuff pulled up here, watching for it, and it's just not coming in yet. It's 2 minutes late. So we'll have to kind of keep an eye on that. And I'm listening. I'm watching for it. Tell me if you guys heard that. I just played the test alert sound. I don't think you guys did, or I don't think you guys did, but I do have that set on my phone, so you guys can hear that, or on my phone on the computer here. So if the audio is being shared, you guys should be able to hear that. But if not, you won't. Okay, didn't think so. What are we thinking for rainfall totals? Let's go ahead and take a peek at that real quick. Didn't get much rain here. I got about 2/10 of an inch here in southeast Michigan last night. Was expecting a little bit more other than that. So let's go ahead and play this through. There is your accumulation of rain through Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. So right about an inch for most of us here with locally higher amounts possible. Yeah, Tina, that would probably be the case if it did come further north. But again, don't think that's going to happen. If this comes into Michigan, it'd be a pretty significant shift in the matter of about 24 hours. And models have been pretty bad this year so far. So, I mean, obviously not going to write that off, 100% completely, but judging by what I know with these systems, historical stuff, the chance of this moving into Michigan is quite low. Yes, Kamal, it's likely we're going to start seeing a pattern here, especially in the mid to late April. We're going to have probably widespread severe weather here in the Great Lakes, including Michigan. we're going to be pretty active through the early spring months here. So um, we've already had severe threats here in Michigan as well. It's just this one does look to be staying to our south right now. Anything for Erie, Pennsylvania? Yeah, possibly some severe storms for you tomorrow. Although I haven't really looked at Pennsylvania's threat too much. They are going to be late today with this. Of course, the time I go live to kind of give you guys a live update for it, they're not going to issue it until probably 1:45. But I'll stay on here as long as it takes, unless it gets to like 2 o'clock and we're still waiting. Probably hop off, but it was due 5 minutes ago. Possibly, Raymond. Possibly. So much suspense. Yeah, I agree. I agree, Drew. I expect this is your current day two risk you're seeing on your screen there. I believe that enhanced and slight risk is going to be extended way farther north towards the Michigan border. I wouldn't be shocked to see Michigan get added to that marginal dark green area for hail. But most of Indiana and Ohio needs to be in a lot higher risk, just my opinion. I also wouldn't be shocked if they went moderate further south into the Tennessee, Kentucky area. Debating to drive to Ohio or Indy tomorrow to see some action. I mean, if you're not experienced, don't do it. Storms tomorrow are going to be moving at 70 miles an hour. You're not going to have time to chase this. You're going to have time to set up in one spot, let it run over you, and that's about it. No, we are not expecting any severe weather tonight for Allegan County, although a rumble of thunder and some small hail is possible. Tomorrow, we could see some larger hail try to form. It's a trend we're just starting to pick up on. We'll have to monitor. All right, there is okay, not a outlook, but it's a mental skill discussion for Norman, Oklahoma. Actually, no, for Illinois and Missouri. So that scared the crap out of me, but that's not the outlook. Where is this outlook at? I promise you guys it's due at 1:30, so we're 6 minutes late. Could there be a possible system next week? I see 60s and sunny every day. It's possible, Martin. It's possible. Raymond, I wouldn't be shocked if Toledo was in a slight risk. I think it's going to be just further south than that, though. Uh, I think it's just going to be probably about a county or two south of Toledo. Usually speaking, when day two or any of these outlooks are late, they're deciding what to do with the outlook in terms of should they upgrade, should they move it significantly. I think that's what's happening here. Is the outlook issued yesterday or last night, should I say, 2 a.m., 3 a.m. This did not reflect the models of last night, so it kind of made us scratch our heads just a bit. So they're probably making a lot of changes to this. Yeah, Allen County tonight, no severe weather, although some small hail and rumbles of thunder are possible. Tomorrow, we have a growing potential for some hail in southern Michigan, although that confidence in that right now is quite low. It's just a trend we're starting to see on some of these models. Jeopardy theme song activated. If I had the rights to that, I'd be playing it right now in the background. But unfortunately, we get copyrighted pretty quick for that. Yeah, next week is going to warm up after the next weekend, or this weekend, should I say. Next week looks really warm, and the pattern does not slow down. So I do expect to have a couple of systems to watch for next week as well. So we're in an active pattern here. It's not going to slow down anytime soon. Royalty free elevator music. I mean, I have a few musics here I can load in here. The intro music. But I got a couple of them, but some of these actually get us or have got us copyrighted in the past, so I don't really want to use them. I am curious what is taking so long. They're usually not this late, so Just gonna hang out and chill for a while. You guys got questions? Feel free to drop it. Just gonna hang out until they issue this. Yes, they do, Tina. The 6 to 10 day and 7 to 14 day CPC outlooks do reflect that warmth for us here in Michigan. And I guess we can bring that in while we're waiting. If you're just tuning in here, we're just kind of waiting for the SPC update here for tomorrow. We're just kind of got an idea that we could be in a low end severe threat for only hail, not worried about tornadoes or wind at this point. But I do think we do have a growing threat for some large hail here in southern Michigan. Your 8 to 14 day temperature outlook for April 8th to April 14th is the entire eastern and central U.S. is an above average contour here, Michigan included. So mid-April, warmth. Looking at the spring update here too. The 3 to 4 week looks to be warm as well. The monthly outlook here, the 3 month outlook, the 1 month outlook, it's all warm and mostly wet. So active pattern continues. They're killing me, guys. Like this is 10 minutes late here. I don't know who's on the desk today, but it's not uncommon to see this being late. It's just usually they're making a lot of changes to it, so it takes a little bit more time. Has severe weather ever happened outside the light green sections? I usually ignore it, but this year has me question the risk rates they give us. So the best way to answer that, for example, here, let's go ahead and take a little bit zoomed in look to get an idea of what you guys are more so talking about. Let's go ahead and click on Indiana, for example. This is today's Indiana threat. So, for example, if you live down here, we'll say in Fort Wayne, okay? Fort Wayne is in this dark green contour. That's a marginal risk, okay? The light green risk to the north, we'll say South Bend, is in a light green, which is just general thunderstorms. However, the SPC notes that these risks outside this general area goes within a 25-mile radius. So I'd say South Bend is within 25 miles of that dark green area here. So I would say South Bend would be included in that threat. Now, if you're talking about the gray area to light green, uh, the further away you go from any risk, the less chance there is. But the closer you are, of course, there's going to be a little bit of a risk there involved, if that makes any sense. If you back this out and go to Ohio for the next one to give, or we can just use this one, for example. This is your tornado threat today. So let's say this is a dark green marginal risk, and up here is just general thunderstorms. Or sorry, back that up. Let's just say this dark green area is your general thunderstorm, but the gray here is your just nothing. At that point, if you're like just north of Lafayette here, I'd expect it to be maybe a thunderstorm. But if you're up here by South Bend, Gary, Fort Wayne, I'd say there's a less chance for you up there. It does happen. Risks can go outside their drawn areas. These are human-made maps. So, of course, there can be, margins of error. But overall, they're usually drawn pretty well. But if you live close to a certain section that you're just not really sure, at that point, just kind of expect it, more so speaking, just to be more so prepared than not prepared. They are absolutely killing me. 143, and we have not had anything yet. Okay. Let's just I hopped on. I was gonna hop on here at 12:30 and do it, but I didn't think we are gonna go for an hour. I definitely didn't want to go for an hour and a half, but I'll give it till 2 o'clock. They're putting their thinking caps on for the day 2 outlook. Yeah, they are. They must be. They must be. Are we done with snow after this event this week? Personally, I think yes, unless you live in the UP. Maybe some snow showers still on back ends of systems, possibly, but I don't see any snow period after this week. It looks to be 60s and 70s, widespread for as far as the eye can see. So northern West Virginia Panhandle might see some nasty stuff. Yeah, especially tomorrow. SPC is taking too long. Yeah, they are. This is the IEM bot, we call it. So as soon as they issue it, it goes right to this server first, and then gets outputted into websites and stuff like that. So it goes to here probably about 5-10 minutes in advance. So once it gets issued, we'll know. But at this point, it's a waiting game. And usually it goes to this website pretty quickly, which is why I keep on refreshing this page to get an idea here when it gets updated. Killing me. Leave me hanging. They're taunting us. They're torturing us. Yeah, I agree, Julie. They don't push these back. They do make arrangements sometimes for like special outlooks, stuff like that. But they don't, you know, postpone these. They're just due at 1:30. The day one's at 12:30, and then the day two is at 1:30 p.m. The last time I remember being in Outlook this late would be probably last year. So their version of April Fools, yeah, April Fools are not going to issue one. They will. I think they were actually required to. They're behaving like a pot of water they want to boil. Come on. Next week looks to be potential nasty storms. Amount of sun we're going to get. It's possible. I don't think we should talk about that, too in depth. Active pattern does continue, so it's definitely possible we can get some storms next week. It's just what days, specifics, threats, times. It's just not going to get into that right now. Yeah, I'll give it 14 more minutes, guys. I don't mind hanging out with you guys. I got nothing going on over here. What does Colorado storm prediction maps show for tomorrow? Nothing. Nothing at all. Five. Okay, I think we just got it issued. Maybe. I heard it come in here. I heard something, but it's not popping in. Let's go ahead and refresh this. Nope. Are you serious? Something popped in, but it didn't translate over. Kendall, it's possible we could get some large hail tomorrow. In South Central Michigan, but that's just a concern that's starting to grow. We'll have more confidence in that tonight, or maybe tomorrow morning as well. It's just something we're starting to key in on here as models shift northward. I got the alert, but nothing popped in, so go figure. Sometimes these individual threats will update before. I don't see. Usually it says update at the top bar here where it says day 2 Tuesday hail probabilities. It'll usually say update on that when you have the new one pop in. So nothing at all. But I got the notification for something. Did Grand Rapids do something maybe? Oh, it was Grand Rapids. Okay. So they issued a forecast discussion. So that's why it beeped on me. Okay. False alarm. We're still waiting. La di da di da di da di da la di da la di da. SPC taking their sweet old time. Exactly, Tina. They were trying to reach me about my car's extended warranty. You guys are funny. You guys kill me sometimes. You guys kill me. Oh, 10 more minutes. It's usually not this late, guys. I promise. They're usually on time about a few minutes before. So my man Broyles be taking his lunch. For those who don't know, Broyles is an SPC forecaster. He issued the day two outlook at 2:30 or three. Is it three? No, it's 2:30, I believe, or last night in the morning. Yes, Laura. Usually, when the SPC is late like this, they're making significant changes, whether it's an upgrade, let's say to a moderate, or if it's like a change in system or a change in areas, like a significant change. They'll take their time. But usually, it's not this late. Usually, it's within about 10 minutes after it'll be posted. We're 20 minutes and counting now. Did you try unplugging and plugging your device? Yeah, how about those Tigers? 3-0, baby. I'm not a Tiger fan, but my dad is, so I hear a lot about it. I'm a Cub fan. Go Cubs, go. Yeah, Tina, if I had to guess, they're probably going to introduce a moderate risk either at the update here or maybe tomorrow for tomorrow morning for parts of Kentucky, perhaps parts of Ohio and Indiana too. Could see it going moderate risk based on what we're seeing, but I think they're taking their time because they're carefully deciding what they're going to do with this risk. Nope, it is not. It's not April Fool's at all. Have you tried hitting it with a hammer? No, I have not. I like my computer screen though. I'll wait. I'll be patient. That's why I'm waiting here. I don't think it's gonna move up personally. Like I understand, like it could, but personally, I think we're gonna wait more so for confidence to move it further north into Michigan. Again, that's gonna be for hail only, not concerned at this point for wind or tornadoes. But could definitely see something hail wise here tomorrow, which is also why you're seeing us live at this point. We're kind of waiting for this to get issued, so we're going to know if Michigan gets added. So you guys know as soon as we do. Don't mind sharing the information with you as soon as it comes out. Man, this is 21 minutes late and counting. What is up with this? How far up in Michigan could the risk be? I'm going to say probably to Lansing. I think that it's further south you go, the higher risk becomes based on the latest models here. We got some time, I guess, to look at this, but we're just looking for elevated instability up in the mid and upper levels of the atmosphere here. Ooh, that was bright. Had one of those tanker trucks go by and it reflected the light right in my eyes. Looking at the most unstable cape here, we see a good chunk of it gets extended all the way into south central Michigan here. This is tomorrow between 5 and 8 p.m. here. This is over 1,000 mixed or most unstable cape here. But as we go further north, it kind of gradually tapers off here by Mount Pleasant, only about 200. But if you go down here by Lansing, you got over 1,000. So anything north than that, we'll have to kind of pay attention to. But that's going to be mainly your risk for hail. I wouldn't be shocked if they kind of cut it short, maybe like I-94 corridor, just because that's where the highest is going to be. Whoops. I didn't mean to do that. I X the other model site out here. So I'm going to bring that back in. Here we go. Yeah, Pontiac would be right around 1,000 there. I'm going to give it 5 more minutes, guys, and I'm going to hop off here. I'm not going to wait too much longer. The audience is still growing, though. You guys got 262 in here. So if you guys want me to stay on and wait for this, I will. I got nothing going on. I just don't want to sit here, all day. Yeah, they're never this late. I don't know what's going on with this. It doesn't have to be warm for hail threat there, Tina. Is there a way to interpret Z time? Yes. Very, very. Um, I'm trying to think of the best way to do this because there's military time and there's Zulu time, and both of them are different. So obviously, 00 in military time is midnight, but 00 in Zulu time is 8 p.m. Okay. And then it goes 01 would be 9 p.m. There's actually a converter. Type in easiest way to do this, type in Zulu to Eastern time and you'll get converters up there. What I can tell you though is the typical times are 00Z, which is 8 p.m., 12Z, which is 8 a.m., then there's 18Z, which is 2 p.m., and then there's again 00Z, 8 p.m. Tina, that'd be correct. What is taking these guys so stinking long? Stay, stay, stay. I mean, if they don't change this risk, I'm going to tell you one thing is going to happen. The weather community is going to be in an uproar because there is not one model that is south where this outlook is showing of severe weather tomorrow. So if they don't change it, there's going to be an outrage among the weather community. But again, these guys are professionals. They do this for a living, and they have a lot more, and probably they have a lot better and also more knowledge than the uh, general storm chaser does. I did not expect it to be this late, guys. I'm kind of flabbergasted at this point. If I hop on Twitter, I'm sure the first tweet I'm going to see is going to be something about the SPC being late. Yep, it is. Oh, my, my timeline is being bombarded here. Yeah, okay. People are waiting for it. We're just kind of sitting back and anticipating. Maybe the weather community mobbed the SPC office. Twitter is nuts. Yes, it is, Drew. Yes, it is. I hopped on, and the first 6 tweets were about it being late. So just sitting and waiting. That's all we can do at this point. Has Michigan ever been in a high risk? Yes. Last high risk in Michigan was November 17th of 2013. These guys are taking forever. With my luck, though, I'll hop off here at 2 o'clock and they'll issue at 2:01. How do I refresh Radar Omega Scan? For what? Radar? Radar should update automatically. Yeah, 2:01 p.m. update. That's the way it's trending right now. You guys want me to stay on longer though, so I don't know. I don't want to stay on here too much longer, but crazy. Yeah, SPC will post that, Martin. Usually it's a couple minutes behind the when it gets released here on the IEM bot and also the COD site. And either one currently does not have anything here. Being this late, they have to be making some significant change. So like a moderate risk or something further south. So yeah, Tina, the radar in general, usually it's between about 3 and 6, sometimes longer minute scans. So we only have one scan every, we'll say, average on 5 minutes. So if it's 5 minutes old, that's not uncommon. It's 2 o'clock, guys. And I do not know if I want to be on here too much longer. All right. I don't see a reason to stay on here too much longer. So I'm probably going to hop off here, grab some lunch, and probably just kind of keep an eye on this and wait to see what comes of it. But overall, I think it's at this point a low chance for some severe hail tomorrow in southern Michigan. And that's all I can really say at this point. We'll have more information coming out if it does happen to, we do happen to get into a marginal risk. I'll go ahead and post on the page. But overall, I don't really see a reason to stay on here and wait that much longer. It's been a half hour. So with that being said, I'm going to hop off here and I'll see you guys probably, I don't know. We might go live tomorrow. I'm not sure. But if you guys follow the other account, out of state account, I'll be live there probably tonight and also tomorrow. With that being said, I'm going to hop off here. Thanks guys for watching. And if Michigan gets added, if Michigan gets added to the marginal risk, we'll go ahead and get that posted on the page. So one more check of this real quickly, make sure it doesn't get updated here, and it is not. So we're going to hop off. Stay safe, guys.